What is going on, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Today, we're going to be talking about the laning phase. We're going to be talking and looking at a video or a game that I had earlier in the week that the laning phase was just really good. And a couple things were actually pretty bad from either me or my teammate or the enemy team that either we punished or got punished for. Just to give you guys some insight into stuff you can exploit, stuff that is easy to do, stuff that is difficult to do, and then when to prio certain things over other things. I did a video in season 9. It's just a different time, different period. The gods have changed. What you need to do is a little bit different. So I figured I'd give you guys a little updated video. I hope you guys enjoy it. So starting in laning phase, we decided 2. I think we maybe could have done 3, but I wasn't too sure with all of Ullr's nerfs. With all of his nerfs, how quick he clears. We cleared these pretty quickly, and then he pops his shard to get his abilities back. I actually want to hold my shard because of how good our clear actually was. Because now if I need to use it in laning phase, it just gives me the opportunity to. And I actually did decide to shard here just because I wanted to get my ability up to try to steal the enemy purple. If you clear fast enough, and a big way to look at it, if you aren't too sure, need to get wet this game, I don't know why I typed that. A big way to decide or to see if they're still doing their buff is to look at the gold. If you finished your purple buff and your gold is a lot higher than both of the enemies dual lanes gold, that means that they haven't done their purple yet, or they're doing a funky start. But most of the time you can just decide that they haven't finished their purple. Because of how fast our clear felt, there was a feeling this game. I was like, I'm gonna path aggressively, see if I can walk to that purple and maybe get a steal off. I was in the good Yamoja stance to get the steal too, because I can't remember what it's called, but the stun one, it has a hitbox on the side and then another one and then the one in the middle, and it's side middle. If you place it like right on top of the second one with a little bit in the third one, you'll actually get a really quick damage off, and you'll get 2 hits of that damage, which is just really strong. It's good burst, and it just does more damage. So try to do that if you can. We get that, so now we're level 2. They are still level 1, and they're not going to be level 2 for a while because we stole the big purple. At this point, we just want to push this wave, get it under. Want to poke them out, try to bully them so they can't sit on tower line. I'm not even getting hit by autos, and I'm hitting him. Even if he is hitting me at this point, my minion wave is still here. It'll be hitting him. At this point, we should be backing off because their wave is here, and you don't want to fight into the enemy's wave. But this is still really good. Ullr jumps in, gets some nice damage off. And I think this was the first mistake I made. I should just pop Shell here for him to not die. And by not die, I mean just not take as much damage. He doesn't end up dying. I hold Shell. It's a little risky, and I could have used Shell. If it's med, I think I'm using it there 100% because you want to be able to use med multiple times. But because it's Shell, I want to just hold it to make sure we're not getting ganked. At the end, it doesn't really matter because he doesn't end up dying. I just need to make sure I'm autoing him and using my Benevolence passive for him. This is the upside of Benevolence. If your teammate is taking damage, you're healing him and yourself, which is the strength of it. Sentinels is just yourself and just protections to yourself, which is why I think Yamoja is really good with Benevolence. Your ADC can kind of play like a wacko, and he still just outtrades. The shield camp is up, prop buff is up. I'm trying to get pressure back here. Grouping wave, hitting the entire wave, hitting the enemy too. I actually get a lot of damage off. Artemis is taking a lot of damage. They're still only level 2 because of the invade. We get the kill, nice axe. Now we want to push this wave under, and now we want to push this next wave because the next wave is coming, and then we want to head to the shield camp. We could have gone for shield camp first, but getting the shield or getting this wave under just to make sure we get the gold and to put pressure onto them so they can't contest us. Mostly the Fafnir can't contest us is, I think, just slightly better. And I'm going to use another one here. Maybe not great. I just wanted to get the wave cleared. Now Fafnir is forced under tower. And again, you see how I placed my one like that, so it hits both the minion gets hit by both the second one and the big one. And now we want to just go get our purple, get this off the map, pull the back camps. I actually opted not to do the back camps. I think that is a mistake by me. I think I did it because the timing felt off. Like we were going to miss some of this wave if we did backs. I guess we can see how close it would be. Yeah, so I guess it was a good play to just leave the backs. Let the Pele farm them because we don't want to be missing waves on left side. Now this is just me playing for my level 5 power spike. I don't want to show. I want to maybe see if I can get them to bait up. Artemis should be the target. If I hit Fafnir, he's just going to jump away. I sniped him with the stun. Try to push him back into the entire wave. Hit him again with a few more abilities. Pop the shard also just to spam a little bit more. And, you know, get another stun to kind of finish it off. So this is kind of us just punishing the Artemis being ahead. Both of our kills have now been because we have the level lead. We killed him at level 2 when we were 3, and then we killed him at level 4 when we were level 5. So just knowing that you can punish the enemy, even if I'm taking a little bit of damage before the fight even starts, it doesn't really matter. It was just, that one was just a nice snipe by me to get the stun and then lead into my ult. So now we have a nice lead. We actually have a big lead in this game. We have about 2k gold. Now my next thing is I want to back and I want to get this prophetic cloak. I want to become strong for this next part. So I come out of base. I ping green because I want my Janus to do green and backs with me. This is just something that you should get used to doing, kind of, especially if you're playing Yemoja or Sylvanas, like a god that can auto-attack to group buffs really easily. I just have a free grouping there. Now I want to get these wards out. I think I go for mid-wave first because of the Janus reset, and I want to make sure that either I hold this or I get it myself. And just good damage onto him. I wanted to kind of slow them down to rotating to lefts so that my Pele could get those. And another stack on Cloak. Now the Janus makes a good play here, recognizes that this green buff is up. He walks right towards it. I double heal him just to make sure he doesn't take any poke. And then I just keep playing up here. I can bully out. This Janus really has, the Susano really has no abilities. So I'm not really too threatened. He did give me a portal too. It's just something about Janus portals that you just have to take it. I was so close to taking it just back into their green buff. Another auto to get another Cloak stack off. Now we want to look at the map. Right here, we want to look at the map. A good way in the early game to see what is up for the enemies is what's up for you. So if our purple's up, usually it means their purple's up or they just did it. Yellow's up, it means yellow's coming up or it's already spawned. Red's coming up soon, red's probably coming up. Usually you can give about 15 seconds. Each one of these pies equates to about 15 seconds. So this one's up at about 15, this one's up at about 30. This one is up, this one's up. The mid camps do not follow that rule. 15 seconds is just for these. These ones end up being, I think, it's like 8 seconds or something. Purple buff is up. So now we have purple buff timer right here. This is something I could mark down. I could ping in chat, something like that. I like our fight kind of in mid and playing with our Janus just so I can rotate with him. And I want to get these stacks as quick as possible. And a good way to do that is onto a low range character, which is, I mean, it's Artemis, but it's also Vulcan. Make sure we're here for the mid camps, rotating to lefts after this mid wave. Using our pressure here to try to get as many mid camps as possible. The best way to push your lead in this mid game when you have a lead like this is to go for mid camps. Mid camps are a good source of farm, and it's farm that you're taking from them and you're getting yourself. Here, I just want to use our pressure. I don't mind taking a little bit of poke. You'll always kind of see me taking a little bit of poke. I usually find it to be fine if you're getting something out of it. I also have a pot that's sitting in my pocket that I can kind of use whenever. I did get another stack there. I was thinking about ulting, but it's just really hard to hit a god like Susano. Our Janus goes through with no mana, so I kind of have to kite him out, heal him out here. I had Shell there also as a just in case. We did get out-traded a little bit there, but we got the Vulcan beads, our Pele did, which is really good. Recognize right mids are coming up. I don't have to hit them right now. I'll take the stack though. I just want to try to stop them from doing it. And I see the Fafnir transforming. Got a little bit of damage onto myself. Use the 3 dash jump from my 3 so I don't get knocked up by Vulcan. And it ends up being a little bit of a bait for me where they chased me a little bit too far. They didn't have the damage to kill me. And then Pele gets a nice cleanup. It was a little ballsy because my Vulcan or my Janus is pretty useless. But you rely on the Pele cleaned up. And for some reason, the Zhong rotates, blinks in. I hold for the animation on his 2, and then I shell it. He ends up living. He rotates for nothing. And now, if you look at the lead in solo because of that rotation, level 10, level 8, just use blink. This is a great game, great spot we're into. We're up almost 4,000 gold at 8 minutes. Now we just have to keep pushing our lead. We have to start getting ready for objectives. I'm a little low, but there's really no pressure on me right now because the Fafnir is also low. I'm also a healer, so I have just slightly more efficiency on the map than the Fafnir does. But now I back. I opt into going Lotus because it's a cheap item that gives me cooldown, and it allows me to kind of push our lead a little bit more. I also opted for Lotus over something else like Sov or Heartward because their entire comp is just dive reliant. So just getting protections onto my backliners is going to be very good. So now I have Prophetic's auras, Lotus's auras, and I've got my 2s healing and shielding. So I just got a lot of strength on the map right now, and I want to try to use that. Good attempt at the Janus snipe. Make sure I'm still just autoing the enemy to get stacks on my Prophetic. And then I'm just kind of tracking this Susano a little bit. Another stack onto the Susano. I want to prioritize physical gods a bit more at this point because, you know, I've got 13 magical stacks, 3 physical. If you didn't know, purple is magical, physical is green. I tried to push it under. Good save by the Fafnir. Want to put a little bit of damage onto him just to make him, you know, not feel good for holding it. I could have gone to lefts to split, but I'm level 9 right now, and my Janus is level 9, so I don't want to take as much farm from him. It just feels really good sitting in mid with a fight like this, because we just slowly out-trade and slowly heal up, and it just feels good. but I think I am splitting a bit too much in mid. I should go try to make plays in left. It's just like, in left, it's level 9 to level 12. In solo, it's a level 10 to a level 11. In mid, it's 10, 10, 9, 8. So we kind of just have big leads everywhere. We need to start looking for objectives. They get another kill and right. 5,000 gold lead at 10 minutes. Game's looking doomed for them. About 2 minutes later, the beacon is spawning. Put a little bit of poke onto the Vulcan. Clear his turret so he can't get to that. Our teammates walk over to the beacon, and we look for a play onto the Vulcan. Pele does take a lot of damage here. Not a great beads. I do sustain him up. At least enough for him to get enough damage off that this fight turns a little bit into our favor. I just barely ran out of Omi, which is the worst point, but Uller snipes the Susano with this 3, and then I kind of have to just kite out a little bit. Good play by our Mulan to call Gold Fury and then to rotate over. Because we have this healing, Mulan TPing in, us getting a little bit of damage off, gives us this opportunity to just go for gold for free. Mulan can just tank this up. If somebody comes in, she just drops it to me and she goes in zones. And then this 6,000 gold lead, almost 6,500, is going to be growing into a 7,500 gold lead. A little bit of greedy play by Uller here to go for shield camp first. But, you know, those ADCs are just, they're greedy sometimes. We can all admit it, they're greedy. And then we get a free Gold Fury. And that is kind of the early portion of the game. At this point, Gold Fury's done. Pyro's going to be spawning. Middle tower is something we're going to be looking at. 7,000 gold lead at 13 minutes. We played our lead pretty well. 005 stat line, which is really not on me. A lot of it's on like the Pele and Uller, just kind of dominating their lanes. That's what the early game kind of looks like. Min-maxing a little bit of things. I hope this helped a little bit. Maybe I missed on some things on what you guys want. I just want to do some more in-depth stuff to kind of let you guys pick at my brain so you guys can kind of learn and become better supports also. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you guys again next time. Peace.